Melanie White here. Welcome back to the channel where I talk about relationships and dating. So, I have a special guest with me. It's
Elroy
Elroy,
White.
my hubby. Today's topic, we are going to be talking about how do you know when a man is really interested in you? Our last video did really, really well. You guys loved having him on. So I said, you know what, let's bring him on again. And we actually had some time today. So I said, okay, let's do a video. And so today's topic is how do you know when a man is truly interested in you? And I know when I was dating, oftentimes I was always confused about, is this guy liking me? Is he not? Is he just playing games? Is he just after, the cookie? Like, what's going on? So, again, coming straight from the source, from my hubby, okay? We're gonna talk about how do you know when he's really, really interested. All right?
That's it. You ready? Let's go.
All right, let's do this.
All right. So basically, if you're a woman and you're interested in finding out if a man is really interested with you, I'm gonna basically share with you my experience when we actually met, and now we're both happily married, right? So you could actually use these tips to implement in your experience as well to help you out. So make sure you stick around to the end. Okay, number 5, I think is one of the most important one, right?
Yes,
Right.
hands
So
down, absolutely. Yeah.
so number 1 is he involves you in his life. And what do I mean is, like for example, when I met her, you know, we communicate a lot and I involve her in my daily life. So I call her, I text her, whatever it is to really involve her in my life. So that's like a symbol to know that, when a man is interested in you. Because if you're the woman and you're always making the call all the time and he's not calling you back, well, that could be a signal that he may not be interested in you yet, right? So you want to make sure you want to make sure that that is clear.
Yes, and to add to that, like he's calling, not just texting, because that used to drive me nuts when I was dating. Guys would just text, and I'm like, how are we supposed to get to know each other if you're just texting me all the time, right? Like, I just remember constant, hey, or I used to get WYD, and I'm like, what's WYD? What are you doing? And it's like, can you call me? And I would say, call me, like press ring, call me. And some just wouldn't. And you know what? I would say they're not interested because you can't really get to know somebody just via text. I think you need to have that
Yeah.
conversation and their tone of voice and intonation and all of that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like when we met, I want to hear your sweet voice over the phone,
Yeah.
right? Like when you text, I could understand like if you have a busy day and you just want to send like a quick text, that's
Yes,
fine. But
absolutely.
at the end of the day, you can finish it off with a nice phone call before you go to bed and like, you know what? I was texting you all day, but I couldn't wait to talk to you to hear your sweet voice. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you want to
Yeah.
have that feeling that he's into you, not you always be into him. So
Yeah.
you want to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So the second way when you know a man is really interested in you is he tries to solve your problems. So for example, if you drive, for example, you're a woman and you drive and, you experience a flat tire in your car, right? And the man communicate with you or you call the man and you tell him about the situation, right? Now, he will try, if he's really interested in you, he will try to come over and actually help you to change your tire. Or even if he's far away, if you guys, have a distance in between each other, he'll try to make a phone call or, try to get a service vehicle to come and help you to change your tire. Because for me, as a man, I don't want my woman to be changing tires.
Yes, and
So,
I don't change things.
you know anything about changing tires?
No, that's you. You take care of the cars.
Yeah. So you get the point.
Yeah,
if you're trying to like, share your problem with him and he has no interest of actually helping you to solve your problem, then, you know, he may not be as interested in you as you think.
Fully agree.
Does
I
that make
think
sense?
that's a big one, yeah. Because if he's not trying to, like, if he's not making any effort, that is, yeah, that's a red flag. Like, someone who's really interested in you will care enough to try and help you out.
Yeah,
Yeah, agree there.
absolutely.
Yeah.
When people care about you, you basically, try to help them. And that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Really simple.
Hmm.
Okay, so the third one I want to share with you is active communication, which is very, very important. Because communication is key in a relationship. Because, for example, if you are dating someone, right, you want to make sure that he's asking questions about you and actually listening and taking notes. Because when we met, she didn't know this, but I was taking notes on all the questions that I asked. What are dislikes? What does she love?
Yeah.
What's her favorite movie? What's her favorite superstar and stuff like that. I dropped down all of those notes and I still have them today. I showed her like in my
Yeah.
book, and man, she was like, "Oh man, you were taking notes." I was like, "Yeah, it's important, because he's gonna know that now he wants to identify if this person is the right fit for his future. And if a man is not really asking you like specific questions about you, or what are your likes, what are your dislikes, what are your, you know, what are your deal breakers, then you know he may not be as interested in you. So he wants to know if his lifestyle will fit your lifestyle in the future. And that's what actually create like a huge connection,
Hmm.
in the beginning.
Hmm. Yep. That's a great one too. Yeah.
Were you taking notes on me?
Oh, I did. I did in my phone. I remember I'd be talking and writing little notes in my phone.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
okay.
things you like to eat. You like your East Indian mangoes and your favorite dishes. You love salmon.
That's it.
Yeah, so little things like that. Because I was like, okay, like I can cook him a salmon dinner, or if I'm at the grocery store and I know he likes, East Indian mangoes, I, pick up a couple for him.
Yeah.
So yeah, little things like that. I was kind of jotting down too, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the little things and the important thing about this is once I gather all these information, even though a man may not remember everything, he will, look over his notes and review,
Mhm.
review,
Mhm.
and he could use that same information like later on in the future
Mhm.
to please her.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because if he's not gathering information to actually help to make your life better or to make you happy, then he's clueless
Yeah.
about how he's going to pursue you.
Yes, yes,
Right.
yes.
So I think that's very, very important.
Yeah, yeah. I remember you were listening to me attentively. Like a pin could drop and you heard it. Like I remember I was like, "Ah, he's really listening to me. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I remember one time you were asking me like, "Hey, are you there?"
Yeah. Yeah, you were taking it in, you were writing notes.
Yeah,
Now I know. Now I know.
very
Okay.
important.
Okay.
Okay, and the fourth one I want to share with you is they ask you about your future goals, your relationship goals, your personal goals that you want to achieve in your life. And I don't know if you remember when I was asking you about your future,
I,
about your
I,
relationship.
I
You don't
remember.
remember?
No, I remember. No, I don't.
Yeah, we were having too much fun, but yeah, it's important because as a man, I want to know where you want to go in your future,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And if your future is not aligned with mine, then I know as a man that I won't be pursuing you if we're not aligned together.
Mhm.
Or if you want to pursue something else that I don't like or I don't agree or it's not a good fit or whatever the case may be,
Mhm.
then that's an indication for me to move on to somebody else and be straight up with him like, hey, you know what? Your future and my future is totally different. So I don't think we should be,
Mhm.
continue to date, for example. And that's when you know when someone is like really interested with you, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because if you are like if you are going to be married for a long time, happily married,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you want to be with somebody who you're going to be happy with, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Right?
for sure.
Absolutely.
And question for you, do you feel like, okay, so if you're asking a woman what her relationship goals are, and she says eventually she wants to get married,
Yeah.
do you think that's something that's okay, or do you think she shouldn't be talking about that like early on in dating?
Well, you know, if that comes up, I mean, if a man asks you about your future goals,
Mm-hmm.
right? If getting married is a future goal, I don't see why not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because that's your goal. You don't want to be thinking like, oh my God, I don't want to say get married. You know, if
Mm-hmm.
he asks me about my future goal and it's gonna push him away,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because if that man wants to get married and you be like, oh, I'm gonna shy away and not say getting married is my future goal, then you might turn off that person because he wants to get married and you didn't communicate to him that you want to get married.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I think that's key.
Yeah, yeah. Because sometimes I hear some women say, "Oh, well, I don't want to talk about marriage and all
Yeah,
those things because, it might scare them off. Like, hey, we just started dating, or like we're just, I'm just taking things slow."
yeah,
And so I know some women kind of refrain or don't want to say, "Okay, I eventually want to get married." But I think yes, I think you need to say, yeah, like I want,
yeah,
a long-term relationship that leads to marriage. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And if that's something that he's not looking for, then that's fine, right? At least
yeah,
we know now, and
absolutely.
keep it moving, wish him well, and that's it.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not wasting your time, and that's what I asked you too, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Because that's what I wanted. And I
Yeah.
asked you, and you told me straight up. You're
Yeah.
like, yeah, she's
Yeah.
well, a
Yeah.
good fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
So don't be afraid of telling a man what you want, because you know what? If you don't, then he'll be like, you know what? I don't think this girl knows what she wants, and move on to
Yes.
somebody that knows what she wants. So you gotta take. So that's important.
I think that's very important, right? Because if you're with, or if you're dating someone who doesn't know what they want, they kind of come across as like wishy-washy,
Yeah.
right? And then, you're probably, look for someone who knows exactly what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, honey.
You're gonna miss out on that great man too,
Yeah.
because he already know what he wants and you don't even know what you want. So
Yeah.
that's very important for you to figure out exactly what you want, and don't be afraid of expressing it to any ideal prospect or
Candidate.
candidate, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because that will help you to, um, be a highly targeted prospect in the gentleman's eyes. So don't be afraid of, who will go away. You want to be the person who you are, and be specific about where you want to go in your life to attract that person who you want to live it with.
Yes.
All right.
Dropping those gems, honey. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So, okay, we're at the last one, right? The most important way to know if he's interested in you. What is it?
You ready for it?
Yes.
I don't think you're ready.
Drum roll. Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, I would say the most important one is the man will prioritize you. What do I mean by that? Well, you know, like for example, when we were talking, right? Like if you don't know, I'm a truck driver and I have my own business. I'm always busy, right? But she was she was important to me at the time. It doesn't matter how busy I was, she was a part of my schedule. She was a part of my daily life because she's interested. Now, have you ever, come across a gentleman who said, you're talking to him and, he's always busy, or, you haven't heard from
Mhm.
him last 2 days or something like
Mhm.
that, and be like, oh,
Mhm.
how come I haven't heard back from him?
Mhm. A
And
lot of
then
that.
you contact him and then or you text him and like, you know what, I'm busy, I'm doing this, I'm doing business, or etc. I believe those are just excuses, right?
Oh yeah.
So
Mhm.
you definitely have to look out for those flags, to know when
Mhm.
that person's interested in you. Does that make
Yes.
sense?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Because when I was dating, I heard a lot of that.
Hmm.
Oh, babes, I'm busy, or oh, I got this going on, and then I have to do this, and I have to do that, and it's crazy because I know even there were times I would rationalize it and say,
Yeah,
oh, well, you know what? No, I haven't seen him, or no, we haven't done this, or no, he didn't call me, he's really busy, and I
yeah,
would rationalize it, but I mean, no, you shouldn't be rationalizing, right? Like if he is really, really interested in you, he will, like you said,
yeah,
prioritize you and make time for you, no matter how busy his schedule is. We're all busy.
yeah.
I'm busy. You're crazy busy. Like, but that right guy will always make time for you and prioritize you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're that important.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes.
So that's it. Did you enjoy this video? Let me know what was your biggest takeaway. I'd love
Yes.
to, Melanie would love to hear, your takeaway from this video. I think, to give you like the perspective of the man, because no, sometimes women are confused. They don't know if a man is into them, or they don't know, if they should pursue them. I hope this video was actually helpful to you and you can implement it. If you're single and you want to find, your ideal man, or you're in a relationship right now and you want to figure out if that person is really into you, then you can actually, take these,
Yes.
lessons that we shared on this video.
Yes, yes. And please let me know if there are any other ways that you knew that, or past relationships where you knew that person was really interested. I'd love to hear about them. You can drop a comment in the comments below. And one thing I want to add was when we were dating
Yeah.
and getting to know each other, I always stop to kind of check in with myself to see how I was feeling. And
Mhm.
that is so important to see how you're away, and I know for me, I felt like things were, of course, you treated me well and it felt good, but I also felt like a sense of peace. I also felt safe. Um, very, trusting. It just, it felt very organic.
Yeah,
Things flowed. Nothing felt rushed or, it felt really good. So I think also, always checking with yourself to see how you're actually feeling about that person. I think that's so important.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Big time. Everything has to flow smoothly without any sign of rush or desperation.
Yep. Yep.
Because sign of desperation may turn off a man.
Oh yes. Yes. That's so true. And
So,
and men can you can sense it.
oh yeah,
Men can
mile
sense
away.
it. Yeah.
So yeah, that's it, I think. And,
So,
and thank you for having me on your show.
oh
Appreciate
yes,
it.
yes, yes, yes.
So if you guys want us to, do more videos, just let us know down below and we'll make it happen.
Yeah. So with all that being said, if you are a single woman and you are looking for your ideal man, I have a free gift, 5 secrets on how I attracted and married my husband. The link is in the description below, or you can also go to workwithmelanie.com. So I hope you found value in this video, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye!